All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is November 1st, Tuesday, brand new month. We got 4 games on the NBA slate today. Like I said, it's November 1st. It's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. If you're watching this, I love you. We got 4 games to jump into tonight. We're going to go through each and every game like I always do. I'll give you my lean. I'll give you what I'm thinking. We'll talk about the game, but my final plays, what I'm actually going to be rolling with, will be in the pinned comment. So go and check that out. If you're watching this super early and there are no plays in the pinned comment, that's just because we haven't had any final plays yet. So make sure to check back and check it out. But all final plays by the time of game time will be in that pinned comment. So make sure to go check that out, guys. Only 2 games have finished up at the time we're recording it from yesterday. We're getting ahead of things and recording this the night prior, but we had Philly 118 beating Washington 111. Yesterday's video, we leaned Philly and the over. Both those hit. We don't count leans towards the official record there. Would have loved to tonight, but Philly and Washington, that game went as expected. Sacramento and Charlotte, we had the over and 2 player props in that game. The over looked great. They were on pace for about 3.5 quarters. It didn't end up cashing. 115 to 108 was about 9 points short of that over. But we did have 2 player props, like I said. Kevin Huerter over 13.5 points. He finished with 26. And over 2.5 threes made. He finished with 5. So we pretty much doubled our player prop lines there from Kevin Huerter. So shout out to my man Kevin Huerter. Guys, we got that play right out of the prop that I've made and have been sharing, or the model that I've made and I've been sharing with the ballers on the channel. The ballers are the members on this channel. So if you do want to become a baller, hit that join button. We're sharing our player prop scoring model and everything like that, guys. And this was an easy lock. So it's another way to support the channel, and you get additional things like that to add to your sports prediction research and everything like that. But guys, before we get into the slate, I do have to tell you about this big announcement here. And the announcement is that this video is sponsored by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has some of the best odds, the most selection out of all sports books of things you can play, you can bet on, guys. MyBookie.ag is offering anyone that uses the link in the description and the promo code GBS a deposit bonus. So if you're gonna make a sports play, you're watching this video probably because you like to bet on sports, probably an NBA play, right? And you're gonna make some plays tonight. Why wouldn't you do it on a new sports book that is going to give you a % match on your deposit? It's pretty much like you're gonna be placing a bet for free, guys. Head over to MyBookie. I always talk to you guys about being able to odd shop and have more books to your, in your arsenal, and to be able to look around. MyBookie's lines differ from plenty of other books out there. Definitely worth checking out, guys. The platform is super easy to use. They have cool features like the money bag feature, and then they also have an amazing feature. Every time you deposit in the future for existing customers, 25% back, guys. You can keep the thing going, keep having a blast, keep having some action on game. So make sure to go check out MyBookie, guys. Use the link in the description and use promo code GBS. I do not think you'll be disappointed, and at the very least, it is another sports book to add to your arsenal. I've been using MyBookie before. Make sure you do check if it's legal in your state and all of that. You can find that in their frequently asked questions location. But yeah, make sure to check out MyBookie, guys. Use the link in the description and use promo code GBS. But let's go ahead and jump into this slate here today. Got 4 games, like I said. Apologies on the delay in getting into this. We're a few minutes into the video and we haven't even talked today's basketball, but we had a lot of housekeeping to do. Hopefully you guys do, stick around here. But we got Chicago taking on Brooklyn here. Chicago getting 1 point on the road. Brooklyn, at the time of recording, is beating Indiana by 5 points, so not covering. Who knows how that one's going to finish up. 5 minutes to go in the fourth. They're up by 5 points here, so Brooklyn's going to be on that back-to-back. Ben Simmons didn't get the go this game. Chicago has a lot of injuries and questionabilities here. Andre Drummond has been ruled out. Zach LaVine is questionable. Kobe White's questionable, and the Sonmu is questionable as well. Brooklyn, Seth Curry's going to be questionable. TJ Warren still out, and then Ben Simmons obviously questionable in this one again. Who knows his status? Not that he's absolutely adding to this team as of late, but it is worth noting that he's going to be questionable tomorrow. I think that I like Chicago catching Brooklyn on a back-to-back spot here. This is probably a slight lean, if I'm being honest. You guys know the way that I've talked about Brooklyn in these videos. I don't like them right now. They're a good team to bet against right now, but at some point the other shoe's going to drop, and I think they're going to have some cohesive basketball fueled by Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and be able to really, kind of not take over the league, but become one of the more prominent winning teams in the league. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want them to. I'm not a big Kyrie Irving guy being a Celtics fan, right? But I do think that at some point, you know, it's going to be like, oh, it's easy to fade the Nets. And then they go out and demolish you. So this is a slight lean. I'm going to go Chicago +1 in this one. And then I think I'm actually going to take a peek at the under. Brooklyn is going to be on a back-to-back. Chicago scored 109 points against Philly last game. Brooklyn only scored 116 against Indiana the game before now. And it looks like they're going to score right around that coming into this game too. So I'm going to look at that under 234. I think that that's a pretty high number. We're going to run it through the model, run it through the spreadsheet. I'll share it with the ballers, and we'll see if that really triggers into a good solid play. So make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment. Next up, we got the Miami Heat. Home favorites here, getting a point against the Golden State Warriors here. The Heat 2-5 this season, 1-6 against the spread. Golden State 2-5 against the spread. And you know what? This Golden State team's kind of shocking to me. They are 3-4. You know, when they beat the Lakers night one, I was kind of like, oh, rah, this Golden State team's gonna be pretty damn good, right? Not so much. They go out and lose to Denver, then they beat Sacramento only by 5. Lose to the Suns, which they kind of looked like they were, you know, embarrassed there, beat Miami, lost to Charlotte, lost to Detroit. I know they've had some injuries. I know their starters haven't played full minutes, that type of thing, but they've been up and down. Miami also has not looked great as of late, losing even just to when did they play the Warriors? 2 games ago, right? Lost by 13 points, I believe. It was like 125 to 112. We got it up here in front of us. 110, so 110 to 123, so 13 points. Miami hasn't looked great at all. I don't know if I love this play, but I'm going to lean Warriors here minus the point. You still have Victor Oladipo and Dedmon out for the Heat, worth noting there. But I'm going to lean Golden State minus the point here. I think that they are the better team. They're both straight up. Their record's better. Their against the spread has been better, and they proved that they can beat this team just a couple nights ago. And I think that they might just be able to grind Miami out offensively. I shouldn't even say offensively. They might be able to shoot Miami out of the gym here, as their offense, even though the Golden State defense hasn't been that great, their defense is 26th in points allowed here. Their offense is a top 5 offense in the league in terms of points scored, and they're shooting the 3 ball decently, and their field goal percentage is right around there. So I'm going to look at the Golden State Warriors here, -1. Guys, before we get into the rest of the plays, I want to talk to you about the hashtag ride of the day. If you don't know what the hashtag ride of the day is, I'll talk about it in just a second. But yesterday's ride of the day came in from a man, Dennis. He had Keegan Murray over 16.5 points. And Dennis, you know what we got to do, man. The hashtag ride of the day does not hit, guys. Hashtag ride of the day. I've said that so many times, but now you know to use it in the comments. All you got to use is write that. All you got to do is write that in the comments and give me a play, and I'll be jumping on board with one person in the comments, and you guys will get a shout out, win or loss, in the next video. You get the cheers. We pumping some crowd noise if you win. If you lose, like Dennis did, unfortunately, you get the womp womp. But we're not worried about Dennis. He's come in with some absolute heaters on the channel over the years, so we are not worried about him whatsoever. But let's keep the train going here. We got Orlando taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. This Thunder team, we call them the Rumble and Cover and Thunder, right? They're 5-1 against the spread, 3-3 straight up. The Magic 2-3-2 against the spread, 1-6 straight up. The Thunder have had some injuries to keep an eye on here. Josh Giddey is questionable. Then for Orlando, Gary Harris still out, Isaac out, Markelle Fultz out, Mo Wagner out, Cole Anthony still out, and then Jalen Suggs is questionable. I don't really love this spot. This isn't the best slate of games tonight. We know that. There's only 4 games, some weird teams, some weird lines. But I will lean OKC at home here. Rumbling, Cover, and Thunder. That's just about it. The total is 228. I look at the over in that one just because I don't think either of these defenses are good at stopping anyone. Not that their offenses are good. I'm not going to say that. But I don't think that either of these defenses are that spectacular. I'm not saying they're bad defenses. I hate when I say that in videos and people's like, what are you talking about? The numbers say this. No, I just mean in terms of getting crucial stops at crucial times of the games, stuff like that. I think that these buckets can flow. So we're looking at a 218 total. That's fairly low. Both these teams can score 110 points and walk out of here with an over. So I don't want the comments of, oh my God, these defenses are phenomenal. What are you talking about? No. I'm just saying that I don't think these defenses are incredibly talented that they stop points here. So I lean OKC -3 and the over 218. Next up, we got Phoenix taking on the Timberwolves. Phoenix 5-point favorites here at home. Total set at 228.5. Minnesota 2-6 against the spread in the last 8 times that they have played this Phoenix team. Phoenix Suns 4-1 in their last 5 games against the spread here. Obviously they've played 6 games here, but so 4-1 in their last 5. They're 4-2 on the season against the spread. I think that this Suns team looks like they may just have Minnesota's number, beating them in 3 of their last 3 games. I think that even dates back to maybe the 4th game. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think they beat them in 4 straight games here. I'm gonna lean Suns. Gonna keep an eye on the injury report, as DeAndre Ayton looks like he may be out with an ankle. I do think that changes things, as we know Minnesota's now got the Twin Towers, so we might be off this game if Ayton is officially ruled out here. But if not, I do like Phoenix -5. And in terms of the total here, 228.5. I think that these two teams are kind of sporadic when it comes to scoring and defense. Phoenix has gone from allowing 95 points to 111 points. It's gone from scoring 112 to scoring 134. Same thing with Minnesota. They scored 98 last game. They scored 134 a couple games before that against San Antonio. So I don't love the total in this one. I'm going to pump it into the model and see what we get back. But I don't think that anything's going to be glaringly, yelling in my face, pull the trigger on a total here. So I'm probably sticking away from the total. But guys, nothing to force tonight. It's only a 4-game board, and not the best spots here. Again, we're gonna do even more and more research as the day progresses, so we're gonna probably throw in a player prop or 2 into the pinned comment, that type of thing, so keep an eye on that. But I always tell you guys this: don't force anything in a small slate night, especially coming off a big slate night, where we've all been there, where we have a loss or have a losing night the night prior, and then you're like, oh man, I gotta get it back because I just lost, and then you have like 3 games to do it on. No, don't force anything, guys. It's a long season. Want to bankroll manage here, so make sure to keep that in mind when you're throwing in your bets. But yeah, one last shout out to MyBookie, guys. Link in the description. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.